Hey guys, this is ggurface, and I'll be talking about a game between HuK and KiwiKaKi. HuK is playing as the blue Protoss player at the upper right hand corner, and we can see him spamming his APM, spamming his Nexus with rally points for his probes, and then KiwiKaKi is playing as the yellow Protoss at the lower left hand corner, and the map is Steppes of War. It is a 1 versus 1 map, so both players will know where the other player is located. There's not going to be too much scouting for the location of the opponent, but there will be a lot of scouting for informations and the build order before you decide to close this map, because it is a Protoss versus Protoss. It's not going to be a 4-gate versus 4-gate because those games are kind of boring. It's all about who can work it harder, make it better, or do it faster. And this is not one of those games. It's more about strategy. This game, I think you will see how each player will respond to pressure, and I think pressure and their responses to it will be one of the most important parts of StarCraft 2, and I think that's why this game is important to watch. In any event, I've been away for a little bit because I've been trying to improve my video and audio quality. I've actually upgraded from Windows XP 64-bits to Windows 7 Ultimate Super Duper 64-bits as well, and the probe is harassing the pylon, and the other probe is also harassing the other pylon. And as both players are getting into the early stages of the game, probably a gateway is going to go up for both players, and we do see KiwiKaKi puts the gateway up a little bit earlier, and HuK puts it down a little bit later. The upgrade from Windows XP 64-bits to Windows 7 was a lot better than anticipated. There were some good things, and then there were some bad things. For instance, who puts the WinRAR as a .raw file? I mean, the setup.exe for WinRAR, why would you ever raw that file? I don't understand. Are you just teasing me to let me know that you know that I need WinRAR, but I can't get to it because you've rawed it? It doesn't make sense. In any event, both players have finished their gateways, and as the gateway has completed for KiwiKaKi, he's gonna pump out one Zealot, and HuK is gonna finish it now, and he's gonna get a Cyber Core first. He hasn't actually gotten the Zealot just yet, and KiwiKaKi's probe is being chased by HuK's probe, and HuK is outside of the base? No. In any event, the second gas is going down for HuK, but I don't think KiwiKaKi has gotten his second gas just yet, and HuK's probe is still inside KiwiKaKi's base, and KiwiKaKi's base is leaving HuK's base, but I think he has seen that the second gas has gone down. Yes, this is KiwiKaKi's vision, and he does see a second gas has gone down for HuK. One of the many cool things about upgrading to Windows 7, I think, is that some stuff that did not used to work for my older operating system is now working for my new operating system, and we do see one probe versus one Zealot versus one Zealot. That's not a good situation to be in, because the probe will allow the other Zealot to get free hits on HuK's Zealot. And we do see a second gateway going down for both players as Warp Gate is currently being researched, and we do see him trying to harass KiwiKaKi, trying to harass with one Zealot, two Zealots, and we do see a Stalkers coming, and this will deter any more additional harassment by a Zealot heavy army. We do see a pylons going down, and now HuK is gonna run because there are two Zealots and he doesn't really want to fight, and a second Stalker is coming along the way, and now we're gonna see some very nice micro from both players as HuK is deciding to fall back. He really needs to control the Zealot better because he's allowing free shots by the Stalker, and he does move the Stalker back, and a sentry has spawned, and he might be, he walls off that Zealot over there. He should be able to take it down with the sentry and the probes, and the sentry does live a little bit. Everything is very low. KiwiKaKi with very good micro does take down all three units that HuK has, and he should have a couple of free shots on these probes if he so wished, but he's actually going for the pylon. The pylon is going halfway down, and a third gateway has come in along with a robotics facility, but KiwiKaKi has not yet gotten a robotics facility. I believe he is still on 2-gate. Yes, he's still on 2-gate, whereas HuK has 3-gate, and HuK's Zealot is coming. He's going to put some pressure on the Stalker, give him some seconds to get those two Stalkers out, and now we see 3 Stalkers versus 1 Zealot, 2 Stalkers, and we see some very nice micro by KiwiKaKi. He should be able to take down that one Stalker. An additional Stalker is being warped in, but this Stalker is being warped in right in the middle of the battle. Kind of a waste there, because you don't want to warp in units right in front of the enemy. And now forced to take off his probes, he's going to chase down this one Stalker. Is very low on HP. He might be able to kill it if he could, and we do see a robotics facility going down for KiwiKaKi inside his base as well. And these probes are forced to engage. If we take a look at the income, HuK is taking a significant hit, as it's about maybe 30-40% behind. And we do see additional probes going down. And now we see an engagement at the top of the ramp. Probes helping out his sentries. These sentries will be able to maybe force field again to keep the others from reinforcing. And no, he's not actually going to force field. And now we see a very micro, heavy, intensive battle. Both players not making anything except for one probe. Both players know that this battle might determine the ties of the entire fight. And this Stalker is in the back. Ooh, it does get taken down. And 4 Stalkers does come in with a couple of Zealots and 2 Stalkers. Will he be able to hold this? He's trying to snipe that Stalker, and the Stalker very smartly runs away, giving the Zealots time to close in the gap on these Stalkers. And now Zealots are very close to the Stalkers, and now is forcing these Stalkers back. You do not want Zealots next to your Stalkers because they will rip you to shreds. And now both players are backing off just a little bit. Another cool thing about Windows 7 is now a button in my recording thingy works. I can now record system sound. I don't have to record it with my microphone, and this is very good play by this one Stalker. He's actually maybe use a Zealot, because what you want is you want these units right next to the wall here or next to the wall here. Run a Zealot up there to get vision, and then you should be able to shoot back and forth as much as you like. In any event, the sound that I have right now is coming from the system directly. I don't have to record it from my speakers, and that is a huge plus because that button did not used to work. And these Stalkers are going to the side, going to take a couple of shots, and this Zealot is up in the ramp, is gonna die. He can pull it back, and he does pull it back in time. Wow, 3 HP left, and we do see an Immortal joins in the fight for KiwiKaKi. KiwiKaKi is significantly ahead, I think, at the moment. About even on the income, slightly ahead, because he was able to take out a couple of probes from HuK. And keeping this Zealot on the ramp, he does have vision, and now he doesn't have vision, now he has vision. It's very important to keep 1 or 2 units on the ramp so you can get vision of exactly what's going on. And now we see both players trying to get the correct engagement formations that they want. And he's going to come to the side, maybe bring a unit to the ramp, and he does, and he's not able to get any shots off that time. He moved it a little bit too slowly. And we do see a relatively Zealot heavy force for HuK, whereas KiwiKaKi has gotten a couple of Zealots, but more Stalkers and Immortals. I don't think HuK has any Immortals at the moment, and he's walked this Zealot up and exchanging a couple of shots, almost taking down that Stalker. I think that was a good exchange, but he really needs to have his units right at the top of the ramp, or at the middle of the ramp rather, and his units on the side ready to shoot, because that unit will die relatively quickly to this number of units. Well, he only has 3 Stalkers and 1 Sentry, so he's actually abusing his Zealot heavy composition, and KiwiKaKi does get a couple of shots on these Zealots that were giving charge to that one Zealot that was on the ramp. And we do see one Colossus has spawned because he has built a robotics bay in the meantime. And the other hand, Stargate has finished for KiwiKaKi, and he's actually chrono boosting a lot of Phoenixes. Very interesting choice for both players. At the moment, we do see an additional Colossus is on the way. He's just started his Thermal Lance upgrade, and I don't think that's the unit you want to bring up there, but it's alright because ooh, I think KiwiKaKi did catch a glimpse of that Colossus. That's why he's moving back a little bit now. He's actually abandoning his pylon, or maybe he's trying to lure HuK out, but HuK is not going to move out because he's waiting for his additional Colossus to finish. These Colossus will give him a huge advantage, I think, because Colossus do melt a lot of things, but these Phoenixes might be able to take out those Colossus. We will see the engagement between these 2 kinds of units relatively soon. And he's running 1 Zealot up the ramp again. Very good play. We do see a couple of shots being exchanged, but there are more Stalkers and more range units for KiwiKaKi, so he's actually able to take more advantage of that. But now their 2 Colossus have finished. The Thermal Lance almost complete. Thermal Lance increasing the range of the Colossus significantly, and that will help him tremendously. But what HuK really needs right now is a couple of more Stalkers to deal with these Phoenixes that deals with these Colossus. You see, rock, paper, scissors all in this game, even though both players are playing the same race. Thermal Lance about complete, as a 3rd and a 4th Colossus on the way out Wow, he's saving all of his gas for these Colossus. I think they're gonna make a difference. And we do see only 3 Stalkers versus 5 Phoenixes. They might be able to take down this one Colossus, and the Colossus are actually shooting the pylon. Not very good control there. And this Colossus will go down. Ooh, very, very close to death, and he's walking those around. And these Phoenixes do pick up the Stalkers, and he's warping additional Stalkers to deal with the Phoenix. Very good play. And we do see 3 Colossus up and 2 Colossus up now, because he does take down 1 Colossus, and these Zealots are engaging very closely to these armor units, and they're running back, and additional Zealot reinforcements are coming for KiwiKaKi, and we do see HuK pushing forward with his 1 lone Colossus that is still alive, doing immense damage to this grouped up units. And we're gonna see another engagement perhaps in the middle of the map, additional pylon going down in the back to potentially reinforce KiwiKaKi if he wants. And we do see additional units, additional Colossus being built, as well as additional Immortals and Phoenixes for KiwiKaKi. And we're going to see a nice engagement, and these 2 Phoenixes are going to come out and try to snipe this Colossus. This Colossus can actually keep going forward. There aren't that many Phoenixes. And we do see these Zealots re-engaging with 2 Colossus. And there's not enough Phoenixes to take down these Colossus. The Phoenixes aren't too much of a problem, but he's going to take it down anyway, because it's kind of bad to get harassed by Phoenixes when you're trying to move the Colossus up. And both of these players have 0-0 upgrades at the moment. We might see another stand, and HuK actually has taken his time to get an expansion, but delaying it no more. He's going to march right forward. Oh, or maybe not march right forward. And he's actually going to fall back a little bit, try to secure his base before he decides to push again. We do see 3 gate versus 2 gate, I think, and 1 Robo and 1 Stargate. The Stargate hasn't been too useful for KiwiKaKi, as HuK has gotten more and more Stalkers, and those Phoenixes will not be able to take down the Colossus when they're a Stalker in that many number. But initially, when KiwiKaKi invested in these Phoenixes, HuK only had 3 Stalkers, so he was able to take down a couple of Colossus without losing any units. And we see another engagement. These Zealots are getting into the mix, and now we see nice, very focused firing by the Colossus, and they're actually melting these units, and he should be able to push KiwiKaKi back into his base. Additional units being warped inside KiwiKaKi's base, and HuK is establishing his first expansion as well. And these Colossus are moving up into the inside KiwiKaKi's base, and KiwiKaKi doesn't have too much to defend. He really needs to hit those Colossus, and KiwiKaKi, realizing he can't win, does GG out of the game. And thanks for watching, guys. I will keep you updated and bring you more and more games. This is GG Your Face. Always GG Your Games. And if you don't want to GG Your Games, at least say GG Your Face. Later, guys.